guys, welcome to my channel for another Confessions of a Paper Cutfiles design team layout. I have here on my cutting mat, I'm getting all the loose bits off. First of all, I don't know if you guys have ever cut Vicki Boutin foundations paper. It is thick and I had to cut it like 6 times. Anywho, I don't know if I just couldn't get the right setting or what, but I think I've got a good setting now. I was able to barely pop them out. Okay, so I'm going to leave them on here though because I'm going to play with Vicki's crayons. And I've got the stitched leaves. I arranged them, flipped some of them, and then I resized some of them and took the stitching out. So I'm going to have a majority of them are going to be the big leaves with the stitching in them. I don't know if you guys can see that very well. And then some of them are going to just be the small leaves without the stitching. So yeah, we're going to do both. We're going to have fun with the crayons. I think I'm going to use some Storyteller. I got to see how much I have left. But I have an idea. I actually got inspired by a Sarah Bareilles album cover. And I want to do this photo of my niece and my sister. And yeah, so let's get started. All right, I was dying to use Vicki Boutin's art crayons. I've had them for a few months now, honestly, and haven't touched them. And I thought these would be perfect to this. So I sped this up like 6 times because I left it all in. Me playing with the color. So I'm doing like almost like traditional packaging technique first, and I'm just grabbed the like couple oranges that are in the warm pack and this like deep maroon color and like the reddy oranges. I just go with all colors that scream fall. And I'm also using the Storyteller collection, or what little bit that I have of it, and so there are a lot of fall colors in it, but with pops of gorgeous purples and blues. But those colors can be in fall too. Some plants and leaves, when they change in the fall, they change to a very deep red or a deep purple as they change. So I thought it was appropriate. I also liked it. So I'm doing, like I said, basically a packaging technique first. I am just scribbling the crayon onto a piece of packaging and then watering it down and splotching. And now I am then just taking some extra water on my brush and just trying to fill in, because a lot of spots, it was really blotchy where the color was. And I want these leaves to have lots of layers of color, but I just kept going over and over and over. I took this brighter pink also. And then I will open the neutral box too and use a bunch that are in there. So all different tans, browns, caramely colors. Just doing that packaging technique. And so I had, since I had gotten these crayons and hadn't really played with them yet, I went and actually watched one of Vicki Boutin's videos and just to get some ideas of what can I do with them, how different. So I wanted to try a bunch of the techniques. So I left the cut file all together so that I could do this coloring and painting and all over. And then when I punched them out, so you could have also, I feel like, done mixed media and then put it through your machine. But I feel like there's a couple ways you could do this. But yeah, so I wanted to make sure the color was everywhere, and to try and do it on tedious little pieces, and not holding them down. It would just be harder. So this is much more fun. And it works really, really well because of how, yeah. So then I also took the brown and then and some other colors and just colored directly on the leaves and then smudged it with my fingers. Now I am taking a purple and using a brush and a stencil. So I color it on my glass mat and then just get the brush out and put it through a stencil. And so I did that with the purple. And then I'm going to do this other technique where you actually color onto a stamp, spritz the stamp. And I'm doing that with like a turquoise. And then just putting that across. So that way I get this this giant paper of mixed media, and then I'll punch all the leaves out. And then I'm going to take some gold thread and stitch. So the small ones, I didn't leave the stitching holes in. I just left it on the big ones. And so while that's drying, I'm going to assemble the rest of the page. So you should have seen, I will make sure I have a copy of the inspiration photo in the beginning when I talked about it. But Sarah Bareilles is one of my favorite artists. And I happened to look down the other day and saw, when I was listening to her on the way to work, and when I'm listening to Spotify, it sometimes shows little clips or it shows their album cover. And her album cover for Amidst the Chaos, her live from the Hollywood Bowl, I really liked it. And so I liked the idea, and I thought, what if I did that with leaves? That would be really pretty. So I am tearing a bunch of papers I had. One I had to cut off of, but a bunch of papers I already had kind of scraps of, making sure they were the full 12 by 12, and the one that isn't, I will cut in half and make it look like it was full 12 by 12. But I just really wanted the torn layers look back behind my photo. And then my plan is to have the leaves kind of coming out of the photo, up and out. So I've got that. I love the way that looks already. And I'm going to mat my photo a bunch of times. So I mat it 5 times. Some of them are partial mats, but not a big deal. And just kind of pulling all the colors in that I used for the leaves. So the pinkies, the oranges, the reds, any fall colors, a lot of that pale pink, and then some of that purple, and gotta get the turquoise in there because I'm putting that in the background, one of the torn papers in the background as well. And this was really fun to make, another one that took many days. But yeah, I'm really loving the end effect. Yeah, so trimming my photo down, getting all those mats done. Make sure you go check out Confessions of a Paper Addict, Cutfiles, Confessions of a Paper Addict Facebook group. Lots of fun, always free Cutfiles every month. So there's some this month. I believe they're the COVID ones this month. So if you didn't get them in the past, they're the only ones that they're not in the shop. So if you really want them, you better grab them. Because, yeah, they're not in the shop. And make sure you check out the Etsy shop to check out all the new releases. Lots of good Halloween and fall ones this month. Yeah, always, Virginia always has just amazing, there's a cut file for everything. And she does such a good job. Okay, so here are the leaves all finished now that I layered. So I layered all this stuff together and I actually glued it together. And then off camera, I spritzed some Tuscan Sun shimmers on the background just to give it something. And so then you saw me punching them for a second. And then I got to do a half of a scrapbook retreat, just a little bit of a day. So I showed you that gorgeous close up of one of the leaves. And I thought, after I got it all down like this, I thought I needed something. And sorry, I didn't show you assembling it because I started assembling it and then I got it that way and I was like, well, I don't want to move it. I like the way this ended up. So I just glued everything down. And so now I'm taking some Vicki Boutin metallic paint and just kind of taking a makeup sponge actually and brushing it on the outside. So I have kind of a frame just to make it look rustic, maybe, aged, just to give it something. I wanted a little bit of something. So I'm going all the way around the edges. I'm going to smudge it with my fingers, wipe some of it off with baby wipe. I just want a little bit of that gold. So it looks tarnished. So it looks like it's been around. Yeah. And to bring some of that gold that's in the thread of the leaves to the outside. And then I'm going to play with embellishments. I'm not going to use a lot because the leaves really are the star showing off here along with the photo. And I really like the way they look, so I don't want anything to take away. So I go through the ephemera I have, and I like the idea of putting a banner down here for the title. So I find one eventually that says, "This is perfect," and these butterflies were kind of yelling at me, saying, "Use me, I'll look great on there." I'm sorry, it's so awkward. I just really liked this page, and it's I think my favorite of all time. I don't know. So I sprinkled those butterflies on there. I'm going to grab some of these hearts. So I got part of this from a scrap room kit. So I got like a page from the sticker book. So I have a couple three hearts I'm going to sprinkle on. And I'm going to grab from the puffy sticker sheet 3 puffy hearts as well and sprinkle them. And that is it. So I have some amazing close-ups for you. Make sure you go check out the Facebook group. Check out the shop. See what's all there. More cut files to come. Yeah, Virginia has outdone herself again. She does every month. She blows me away. So I am super appreciative to be on this design team and all the other talented people, ladies, that are on it with me. So here are your close-ups, and I appreciate y'all. Thank you, and we'll see you next time. Bye.